Hello and welcome to the series of short videos about what's new in Evolution 6.81. A new feature is inventory issues. Inventory issues is a handy feature for issuing and managing stock that is used within an organization, like stationery, protective clothing, and so on. Furthermore, stock can be issued between departments and to jobs and projects. You can also generate requisitions for approval in a workflow environment, which is illustrated in a diagram which will follow. The inventory issue can be allocated to a general ledger account, a job card, or a project. And to make it easier, you can keep templates for recurring use. Inventory issue will also allow batch processing. If you have workflows set up, this diagram illustrates the workflow that will occur when somebody makes a requisition, forwards it for approval, notification will be sent back to the person, and ultimately the inventory will be issued if it is approved. So let's take a quick look at inventory issues in Evolution itself. You will find inventory issues towards the lower end in the system tree. The first step in using inventory issues is to set up the defaults. If you get a message that the default path cannot be found, do the following. Click on Utilities in the toolbar at the top of the screen and then move down to Explorer Options. And under the Applications tab, check if the path to inventory issues is correct. Browse or edit the path and then click OK. Now the first time you use inventory issues, you'll be asked to upgrade the database. Continue to do so and follow the procedure. That being done, click on Defaults and let's have a look at some of the settings in there. I've pre-populated defaults and some other fields in this demo to reduce the runtime. Under the transaction types, I went in and added one that pertains to protective clothing. If you are using jobs and workflows, this is where you should set up the defaults as well. The other tab, Automatic Numbering, is Evolution typical and is recommended for a good audit trail. I have not set up workflows and so forth, but I'll give you a quick look at how to do an inventory requisition. Under Transactions, click on Inventory Requisitions, and let's help Santa get his hat. Enter the relevant details like date and whether it is job card or general ledger related, and we'll begin to enter some detail. We're looking at the headgear, and I'm just populating the fields if you follow that, and add more lines if required. When you're done, validate that and then go ahead and post the requisition. Now that was how to process an inventory requisition. I'll now go ahead and show you how to do an inventory issue. It looks very similar. Under Transactions again, click on Inventory Issues. You'll notice that I'm jumping ahead a little on the screen video. That's just to save a bit of time. Here I'm entering some stock that I want to issue internally, and I expect to be doing it again. So my intention will be to keep a template of the stock issue so I can access it for future use. So I'll go up to Templates on the toolbar, and clicking on that, you can see I can make or save a template, or I can load an existing template. This might be some sort of a regular order, so I'll just call it a standard order so I can pull it up again for reuse. I'll just go up to the toolbar again and load the template we've just saved, and there it is. You can now go ahead and click Process on the toolbar. Of course, in this case, I'll get an error message because I've got a blank line, so I hope you're a little more careful than I am. You can, of course, save this as well if you intend to do your processing at a later point. That I'll explain in the batch processing. I'm running out of time, so let's take a quick look at batch processing and some sample reports. Because I saved the previous transaction rather than process it, I can find it under the batches. Here I can select individual lines, or I can click on Select All to process the whole lot. And once the batch posting is completed, go ahead and just have a look at the report. It's straightforward, and there are some other reports you can print. I haven't covered inquiries or report printing, but they are typically Evolution, straightforward and easy to understand. Thank you for your time, and that concludes the inventory issues video.